Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. So this is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. It's my intention to play every inning of every game of a 162 game schedule. No skipping out on innings, no simulating games, every game. This is number 123 of 162 and beyond. The name of the created franchise is called the BRONX KNIGHTS. They've taken the place of the Houston Astros in the American League West. It's the middle of August. They are in first place. As you can see on the screen, they are 81 and 41, 40 games over 500, and they have a 14-game lead on the Seattle Mariners for first place in the division. So let's jump into the next game in the schedule, number 123. Okay, so it's a 3-game set at Kauffman Stadium playing against the KC Royals. The BRONX KNIGHTS won the first game 6-4. This is the middle game of the 3-game set. The organization, Pisarski is pitching, okay. Play full game. We are the away team at Kansas City. As you can see, Kauffman Stadium. Looks good. Brendan Pisarski. Everybody looks good. There's no reason to, well, Millo looks a little cold, so we'll put him in there. He's a catcher anyway. There we go. Let's rock and roll. First place team against the last place team. BRONX KNIGHTS. Thank you for joining. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for a broadcast of Major League Baseball as the BRONX KNIGHTS visit the Kansas City Royals here at Kauffman Stadium. On the mound for the Royals is Matt Dennis, making his 10th start of the season. His record is 2-7 with a 5.80 earned run average. And leading off for the BRONX KNIGHTS is Mighty Max Lukelich, center fielder, batting .316, 4 homers, 31 RBIs. He also has 32 stolen bases on the season. It's good for second place in the American League. First pitch of the game from Dennis. And he fouls it off down the left field line, strike one.
First pitch, 7-11.
That is a line drive. Oh, what a play by the third baseman. My goodness. Starting lineup for the BRONX KNIGHTS: Max Lukelich at center, Don Mattingly at first, Chris Ramos at second, Michael O'Rourke in left, Jacob Salazar is the shortstop, Benny LoCicero is in right, Matt Saps is your DH, Matt Termines at third, and Roberto Perez is the catcher and batting ninth. Don Mattingly, 325, 21 homers, 87 runs batted in. It's a line drive, and it will, be brilliant catch by the left fielder, Winker. And there's two-way, two great defensive plays in a row. And there's two-way here in the top of the first. They should show a replay of that. Nice. So sinking line drive, diving towards the infield to make the catch. So the two away, Chris Ramos, 367. 47 homers, 121 runs batted in. He's working on a triple crown season. Doesn't quite have it, but hard ground ball to the third baseman. Fields fires across in time. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Dennis, and this half an inning is over. So BRONX KNIGHTS nothing. Kansas City coming to bat. So on the mound for the BRONX KNIGHTS is Brendan Pisarski, making his 25th start of the season. He's 11-3, 4.36 earned run average. And leading off for the Royals is Byron Buxton, 234, 10 homers, 25 runs batted in. Comes the first pitch from Pisarski. That is a low line drive to center, long run in for Lukelich, but he makes the catch. One pitch, one away. Here in the bottom of the first. Starting lineup for the Royals. Buxton just flied out. He's playing center. Nick Senzel is at second. Alex Bregman is at third. Paul Konerko is at first. Jesse Winker is left. Jordan Luplow is in right. Tyler Freeman is the shortstop. Shea Langoliers is the catcher. And Lane Thomas is batting ninth. He is your designated hitter. So Nick Senzel is second up. 275, 18 homers, 54 runs batted in. just misses outside for ball one. Bronx Knights 40 games over 500, first place in the AL West. That's Chris Ramos at second and Max Lukulich in center field. So next pitch from Pizarski. And he's way out in front, pulls it foul. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Senzel. And it is a lazy fly ball into foul territory, and it bounces into the stands. So count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Long run for O'Rourke. He makes a diving attempt but does not get there. And it's going to be probably a double. Yes, it will be. So a 1-out double for Senzel. That's his 30th double of the season. Valiant attempt by Michael O'Rourke in left, but pulled up, came up just short. So Alex Bregman, the third baseman, 286, 18 homers, 63 runs batted in. He has a runner in scoring position. Takes strike 1 at the knees. Swing and a miss, the slider inside. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And that is a deep drive towards the gap, left center field gap, and it will roll all the way to the wall. Runner rounds third and heads on home. It's going to be an RBI double for Alex Bregman, and the Kansas City Royals take an early 1-0 lead. That's Bregman's 29th double of the season. Here's a replay. No chance for the fielders. Split him in left center field. So Paul Konerko steps up. 285, 30 homers, 86 runs batted in. Outside corner, strike 1. Ground ball stabbed. And it is from the seat of his pants. Couldn't make the throw all the way to first, so he decided to throw it to second. But that didn't work either. So runners are at first and second with only 1 out as Jesse Winker steps up. Lefty versus lefty. He's hitting 286 on the season. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. And that is a looping line drive the opposite field. O'Rourke is there. He makes the catch for the 2nd out. So Jordan Luplow, right fielder, cold in his last 10 games. Overall, he's hitting 251, 9 homers, 34 runs batted in. He's got runners at first and second and 2 away. In there, strike 1, 95 on the radar gun. Jordan, while he's cold in his last 4, is hot in his last handful, so depends on which number you want to look at. Inside off the plate, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls it back to the screen behind us. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Deep drive down the left field line. Curves into the seats, a foul ball. And it is into right for a base hit. Strong throw from LoCicero keeps the runner at second from making that turn at third. But the bases are now loaded with 2 away after the single the other way from Luplow. Kind of sliced it between first and second. Hard line drive. No chance for Mattingly made a diving attempt, but couldn't get a handle on it. So, Tyler Freeman, the shortstop, his last 10 games is 6 for 38. Overall, he's 257, 17 homers, 46 runs batted in. Strike 1. Breaking ball finds the zone. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. So Pizarski is 1 strike from getting out of this mess. Swing and a miss, strike 3 at the high fastball. Side is retired. So they strand 2, but Alex Bregman's RBI double gives the Royals an early 1-0 advantage. So top of the second, cleanup hitter Michael O'Rourke steps up to the plate against Matt Dennis. 346, 30 homers and 96 runs batted in. That's second on the team behind Chris Ramos. Pitch is low, ball one. Grounds it to the first baseman. Konerko scoops it up, takes it himself, and there is one away here in the top of the second. Defensive alignment for the Royals in the left field. Left to right, Jesse Winker, Byron Buxton, Jordan Luplow, and in the infield is Bregman, Freeman, Senzel, Konerko, and Shea Langoliers behind the plate. So, the shortstop, Jacob Salazar, 332, 16 homers, 81 runs batted in, takes it low for ball one, carries a 9-game hitting streak into this contest. And he hits a hard ground ball, but right at the second baseman, Senzel throws to first, and there are two away. Right fielder Benny LoCicero, 301, 25 homers, 94 runs batted in. Also has 15 stolen bases. Just fouls off the two-seam fastball. Count is 0-1. Complete ball player. And this is a shallow fly ball to center, but Buxton is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. So after an inning and a half of baseball, the score is Royals leading 1-0. So we go to the bottom of the second. Shea Langoliers, the catcher, steps up to the plate. He's hitting 237. 14 homers, 45 runs batted in. Swing and a miss the fastball, strike one. Breaking ball at the knees, count is 0-2. Just misses with the two-seam fastball, count is 1-2. He wanted that pitch. Thought he had a called strike three. Swing and a miss, strike three. Just blew it by him, so there's one away. It's Pizarski's second strikeout of the game. Here's the replay.
The designated hitter.
It came nowhere close to it. So next up is Lane Thomas. He's the DH. He's hitting $185, and he's a part-time player. Strike one. That is a low line drive to right, and that is a base hit between first and second as LoCicero gets the ball back into the infield. So it's a one-out single for Lane Thomas, trying to get that batting average above the Mendoza line with a solid base hit. So the lineup turns over for the Royals. Brian Buxton flew out in the first. He's 3 for 5 in the series so far. Hard ground ball to third. And for some reason, he doesn't throw it. My goodness, it's an E5. What is going on? He had a little bit of a brain fart there. That or something wrong with the controller on the system. So runners at first and second and one away. Nick Senzel hit a double in his first at-bat. Had a chance for a 5-4-3 double play and just did not execute. So first pitch is fouled off, strike one. Oh no! Oh no! Couldn't get the ball out of his hand. So now it's the bases loaded with one out. Alex Bregman is up. He had an RBI double in his first at-bat. It's just not going well. That is a line drive. It's going to be all the way to the left field corner. And by the time it comes back into the infield, it's going to be at least a 2-run double. It is a 3-run double for Alex Bregman. And it is a 4-0 lead for the Kansas City Royals here in the second inning. My goodness, what an awful, awful start to the ball game for the Bronx Knights. So with one away, runner at second. Paul Konerko is up. He's 0 for 5 in the series. Doesn't have a hit today yet. Takes it strike one. Out in front of the changeup, 0-2. And he fouls the slider back to the screen. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is low, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss at the outside fastball. And there's 2 away. Chase the pitch. Strikeout number 3 for Pizarski. So these 4 runs, the 3 runs that were scored this particular inning, some of them are going to be unearned based on the error from Matt Termini at third base. So with 2 away, up steps Jesse Winker, lined out in the first. Inside off the plate, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Jesse. Fouls off the high fastball. We'll do it again. Bronx Knights versus the Kansas City Royals. Second game of a 3-game set. Pulls it foul down the first base line. Count remains 0-2. Bronx Knights won yesterday's game 6-4, but the Royals have a quick 4-0 lead here in the second inning. So they're looking to tie this 3-game set. And it is a lazy fly ball, but O'Rourke is there and left. Makes the catch to retire the side, but the Kansas City Royals scored 3 times. And after 2 innings of play, KC has a 4-0 advantage. So we go to the top of the third. Up steps Matthew Saps, the DH, hitting .287, 23 homers, 77 runs batted in on the season. It's the middle of August. High ball 1. So it's a created franchise called the Bronx Knights, and pitches low, 2 balls and no strikes. My intention to play every inning of every game of 162 game schedule. Checks the swing. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. No skipping innings, no simulated games. This is game number 123. Hard ground ball to the first baseman, tosses it and throws it away. So that should probably be an error on the first baseman. If not, there it is, E3.
Number 79.
So there'll be runner at first and nobody out. Matt Termini will step to the plate. 311, 8 homers, 63 runs batted in. Quick throw to first to keep Saps close. And it is a lazy fly ball to center. Buxton settles under it, makes the catch for out number 1.
Batting 9.
So the number 9 hitter is the backup catcher Roberto Perez, hitting a .192, 1 homer, 11 RBIs. And he got him. Picked him off first base. There's 2 outs, and the bases are now empty. Saps just tried to get a little too much of a lead. So Perez is up there with 2 away now. And he cues it up the first base line, strike 1. Checks the swing, pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Perez. Checks it again, 2-1. Lazy fly ball to center. Shortstop, oh, it drops in between the second baseman and the outfielder for a 2-out single. So he'll have to face another batter here in the top of the third. So lineup turns over for the Knights. It's Max Lukulich, the center fielder, who grounded out in the first, stepping up to the plate. Pitches low, ball 1. Bronx Knights are trailing by 4 here in Kaufman Stadium. Second game of a 3-game set against the Royals. Hard ground ball to Senzel at second. Throws for the force, and the side is retired. So after 2.5 innings of baseball, it's the Kansas City Royals leading 4-0. So we go to the bottom of the third. Up steps Jordan Luplow, the center fielder. He has a single today. First pitch from Pizarski. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike one. That's Don Mattingly, the manager of the Bronx Knights. Just gets a piece of the changeup, counts quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Ludlow. And he pulls it hard, but into the seats to foul ball. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Bronx Knights are 81 and 41. It's the middle of August. Just cues it behind the home plate. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. They have a 14-game lead in the American League West. It's a created franchise. Cues it back first base side. So we'll stay at 1 and 2. My intention to play every inning of every game of 162 game schedule. No skipping innings. No simulating games. Every game's on YouTube. This is game number 123 out of 162 game schedule. And again, it's a battle. He's continually fouls off pitches, staying alive. This is going to be the 50th pitch from Brendan Pizarski. It's only 2+ innings of work. He is certainly not winning the pitch battle. Ground ball through the box, up the middle, and it is a leadoff single for Luplow. And he just cannot keep himself out of trouble this game. It's already a 4-run lead. 2 innings plus, 6 hits, 3 earned runs. So it's certainly not what he imagined when he got out of bed this morning. So the shortstop, Tyler Freeman, is struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1. He's a runner at first. Second, over to first, 5-4-3, round the horn double play. And just like that, there are 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Nice play by Matt Termini at third base. Let's watch the replay while I sip my coffee. So next up is Shea Langoliers, the catcher, struck out in his first at-bat. There are 2 away now here in the third. And that is a hard line drive heading towards the gap. And it will, he knocks it over with his body. He's still going to second, and he will make it. So it'll be a 2-out double for Langoliers. And he is in a scoring position with his 19th double of the season. Let's watch that replay. Yeah, Pizarski 2 2/3, 7 hits already. He's given up 3 earned runs. So, Lane Thomas, number 9 hitter, has a single in his first at-bat. In there, strike 1. Changeup floats in there, strike 2. Slow roller. Salazar fields, fires, and the side is retired. So, we've done 3 innings of baseball. Kansas City leads 4-0. So we'll go to the top of the 4th. Up steps the first baseman, Don Mattingly. It's 0 for 1.
The first baseman, Don Mattingly.
Pitches outside, ball 1. And he jams him inside with the 2-seam fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. And it is a lazy fly ball to center field. Buxton is there. He makes the catch for out number 1. So next up is the dangerous second baseman, Chris Ramos. He leads the league in batting. He leads the league in home runs with 47. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up in the infield. Nick Senzel, the second baseman, waits for it, makes the catch, and there are 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. Dennis has certainly got it going today on the mound. So Michael O'Rourke grounded out in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1. He's hitting .345 on the season. That is a ground ball up the middle, scooped up by shortstop Freeman. Makes the throw. Nice athletic play to retire the side after 3.5. It's still 4-0 lead for the Kansas City Royals. Oh, so we go to the bottom of the 4th, and we're going to get the report from Heidi Watney, our sideline reporter, but apparently there's something wrong with the microphone. We're sorry, Heidi. We're going to have to cut away from you. Send a technician down there to check that mic. So leading off the bottom of the 4th is Brian Buxton. He's 0 for 2. Tries to bunt his way on, but the ball is foul. Strike 1. From foul territory, jump throw. Nice, brilliant play from Matt Termini, trying to make up for that mental gaffe earlier in the game. So there's 1 away. Nick Senzel is 1 for 2 with a double. He scored twice today. Been on base twice. Scored twice. And it pops it up into foul territory on the first base line. Strike 1. Nick Senzel went to the All-Star game this season for the Royals, representing Kansas City. And it is a line drive to the shortstop, Salazar, for the 2nd out. Alex Bregman, the 3rd baseman, 2 for 2 today with 4 runs batted in. He's driven in all 4 runs. Strike 1.
No ball, 1 strike.
Change up off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Late on the fastball, 94 on the radar gun. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just misses off the plate. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Bases empty, 4-0 lead for the Royals, and he lines it down the 3rd base line. Foul ball. Strike 3 called at the knees. He doesn't like it. He thinks it's too low. I would be willing to agree with him. Having said that, it's still the end of the inning. At the end of 4, it's Kansas City 4, Bronx nothing. So we go to the top of the 5th. Up steps Jacob Salazar. He is 0 for 1. Switch hitter hitting from the left side against the righty Dennis. Pitches low, ball 1. Low, ball 2. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Jacob. And that's a deep drive. Back goes the left fielder. Checked at the right fielder. Ludlow makes the catch for the 1st out in front of the warning track. So next up is Benny LoCicero, the right fielder. He flew out in the 2nd. He's up again. 1 out. And that's a line drive 1 hopper past Senzel at 2nd and into right field. It is a 1 out single for LoCicero. So Matt Dennis, on the other hand, 4 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs. So different story on the other mound. So quick throw to first, make sure that LoCicero stays close. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Matthew Saps is up, he's 0 for 1. Again, throw to first, trying to keep him close. He's going. Breaking ball, throw down to 2nd from Langoliers is not in time. So it is a stolen base for LoCicero. And he has the runner in scoring position now with 1 out here in the 5th inning. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Saps. Just gets a piece of the slider. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Saps is hitting .330 with runners in scoring position. About 45, 50 points above his regular season average. Late on the fastball, count is 1-2. Wishes he could have that back. Runner leads off second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. LoCicero leads off second. 4-0 ball game. At the knees, strike 3 called. He doesn't like the call. That's Dennis's first strikeout of the game. Comes in the 5th inning. Let's look at this pitch. I mean, it might have been low, but with 2 strikes, you got to foul it off just to be on the safe side. So next up is Matt Termini. Flew out in the 3rd. 2 away, runner in scoring position, 4-run advantage. Pitches low, ball 1. And it is a slow roller up the middle, and he drops the ball, and the inning will continue. There'll be runners at first and third with 2 outs. They're giving him a base hit, but that's a generous call from the official scorer. If he fielded that ball cleanly, I think he would have had him, and the inning would be over. So Roberto Perez is up. Runners at first and third and 2 away. So he needs a hit. And unfortunately, it is a lazy fly ball to right. Ludlow makes the catch to retire the side. They strand 2. And after 4.5, Kansas City has a 4-run advantage. So we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Paul Konerko steps up. 0 for 2.
The first baseman, Paul Konerko.
Fouls it off. A little late on the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So Paul Konerko in this fictional season has 621 career home runs over 22 seasons. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Blew him away with the fastball. Jams him. Pizarski gets it. Throws to first. Knows he has plenty of time. And there's 1 away. Takes his time to set and throw. Konerko's not a speedster. So next up is Jesse Winker. He's 0 for 2 today. Average overall is 285. Checks his swing. In there, strike 1. He has 84 runs batted in on the season. There's a month and a half to go, so real good shot of breaking the century mark. Slow roller up the first base line. Mattingly fields it himself, steps on the bag, and there are 2 away.
The right fielder, number 8.
Jordan Ludlow, 2 singles today. Just 2 for 2. It's up there with 2 outs and the base is empty. Lazy fly ball to center. Lukelich barely has to move. He makes the catch to retire the side. But it's an official ball game. 5 innings complete. And KC is leading 4-0. So we'll go to the top of the 6th. Leadoff man Max Lukelich is up. He's 0 for 2. His batting average is at .315 on the season.
Number 38.
Low ball 1. He has 32 doubles, 32 stolen bases. Right at the pitcher on the mound, fields it, throws himself, 1 away. Next up is Don Mattingly. He's 0 for 2. 1 out here in the 6th. And he pops him up, swings at the first pitch, and fouls it, foul territory. Bregman makes the catch on the third base side of the infield. So there's 2 quick outs here in the 6th. Chris Ramos is 0 for 2. Fouls it back to the screen, strike 1. According to the stat man, he has 219 home runs. This is his 5th season in the majors. Pitches outside, counting this at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that ball has a real good chance, but it curves foul at the last minute. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. That would have been home run number 48 on the season. This time he hits it to the center fielder. Easy play for Byron Buxton, who makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning for Dennis. 6 shutout innings. The score remains 4-0. See how good you look when you get a good starting pitching? So, we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Tyler Freeman, the shortstop, is 0 for 2.
The shortstop, Tyler Freeman.
Late on the fastball, strike 1. That is a line drive to O'Rourke. He barely has to move, and there is 1 away here in the 6th. Bottom of the 6th.
Now batting.
So Shea Langoliers doubled in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2. Steps up with 1 out. High strike, but a strike nonetheless. Late on the fastball, fouls it towards the visitor dugout. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And that is a looping line drive, looping pop-up that will fall in there. He makes a big turn at first, but a strong throw from O'Rourke says, no, no, no. You're getting a 1-out single. Stay right there at first base, Langoliers. So next up is the DH, Lane Thomas. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Ground ball, oh, slipped and fell. But he was able to recover. Talking about LoCicero and right field. But there's runners at first and second with only 1 out. So we need to get the bullpen working. These guys 2 hits today. So before we go to the leadoff man, Telly, Jesse Biddle. Oh, I'm gonna sit down Jesse Biddle and get Caleb Smith warmed up. Oh, that's a deep drive. It's got a chance. Back goes O'Rourke looking up. That his ball is gone. It's a 3-run home run for Brian Buxton, his 11th of the season. And just like that, it's a 7-0 lead for the Oakland, for the Kansas City Royals here in the bottom of the 6th. My brain just exploded with that home run. Well, should have taken him out. Guess you could say that. Manager, bullpen. Actually, before we go to the bullpen, let's do a mound visit. He's got a lot of confidence. Nick Senzel's up at the plate. He's up 2 runs scored in a double. Manager, bullpen. Senzel. Let's go to Telly. Get Telly in the game. Game's already over. So Telly comes out of the bullpen for his 33rd appearance. 4 and 5 with a 4.92 earned run average. Nick's 1 for 3. There's 1 out here in the 6th. And he fouls it back to the screen. 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Just gets a piece of the curveball. Count is 0-2. Yeah, he chases a pitch down and out of the strike zone. Luckily, he makes contact, and the at-bat continues. Again, fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count is 0-2 on Nick Senzel. Grounds it to the first baseman the other way. Mattingly takes it himself, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman.
So Alex Bregman is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and 4 runs batted in today. In there, strike 1. Tries to wait on the curveball, still just gets a piece of it. Count is 0-2. And the curveball is fouled back. Grounds it to Salazar at short. Pulls him off the bag, and the inning will continue. It's an E6 from Salazar, and everything that can go wrong this game has gone wrong. So the inning will continue. Paul Konerko's 0 for 3. Grounds it to the second baseman. Ramos tosses it to Salazar for the force. The side is finally retired, but not before they score 3 times. And at the end of 6 innings of play, it's the Royals 7, the Knights nothing. So leading off the top of the 7th is Michael O'Rourke. He is 0 for 2. You need a lot of base runners. Pitch is high, ball 1. Pitching a shutout into the 7th. 2 balls and no strikes. And he swings at the 2-0 pitch and pops him up short, right center field. Senzel makes the catch for the first out. Jacob Salazar is 0 for 2. Steps up with 1 away. And that's a deep drive. It's got a chance, but no, it just hangs up there. Ludlow makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th. It's just not their day. Benny LoCicero had a single in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2. Checks his swing, pitches outside, ball 1. Two balls and no strikes. Slow roller to the mound. He grabs it, throws to first, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Dennis. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Kansas City is leading 7-0. Ooh. So we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Jesse Winker is 0 for 3. In there, strike 1, outside corner. Telly is still out there pitching, his 2nd inning of work. Just gets a piece of the curveball. Count is 0-2 on Jesse. And that ball, who knows if it will ever come down. That is a solo home run for Jesse Winker. Home run number 30 on the season. And the score is now 8-0 Kansas City. Oof. My goodness. So, nobody out still here in the 7th, bottom of the 7th. 2 for 3 for Ludlow. Put a charge in it to center, but Lukulich is there to make the catch for out number 1. Tyler Freeman is 0 for 3, 1 for 6 so far in this 3-game set. Pops him up. Ramos is there. Makes the catch on the outfield grass, out number 2. Shea Langoliers is a single, a double, a run scored. 2 for 3. 3 for 6 with a homer in the series. Low pitch called a strike by the home plate umpire. My goodness, that pitch was... I can't even call it a borderline. That's a deep drive for Langoliers. Got a chance. Back goes, look, it off the wall. It picks it up, throws it back to the infield. It was high off the left center field wall. Inches from being a home run, but it'll be a 2-out double for Langoliers, and he's got 3 hits today. Let's see how close that comes from being a home run. Oof. The top cushion. So next up is Lane Thomas, who's 2 for 3. Grounds it through the right side. It is a base hit. Makes the turn at third with a strong throw. It was offline, so luckily he stopped at third. Otherwise, he would have been successfully in there. So Lane Thomas has 3 hits today. He's hitting under 200 when the game started. Who knows? So we're gonna go to the manager's office. We're gonna have a mound visit, talk to Telly, and say, "Listen, Telly, this guy hit a 3-run homer in his last at bat. Don't let him hit another one." Just misses low, ball 1. And it is a lazy fly ball to left center field. Lukalic is there, and the side is retired. But they do pick up a run on Jesse Winkler's solo home run. And after 7 innings of baseball, it's 8-0 Royals. We go to the top of the 8th. Matt Sapp steps to the plate. 0 for 2, he struck out, reached on an error.
Number 31.
Grounds it down the third base line. It is a base hit. Quick response by Jesse Winkler is going to hold him at first with a single. No chance for a double. So before we go to the at-bat, manager, bullpen, righty, righty, righty. A lot of righties. You know what, Caleb? Go ahead, go there and pitch those righties. You're good. So Matt Termini steps up. He's 1 for 2. Pitches high, ball 1. 24,815 in attendance here at Kaufman Stadium to watch this blowout, at least blowout at the moment. That's a deep drive, but playable for Winker. Makes the catch, first out. Got underneath it. Starter comparison. As you can see, Matt Dennis is still working on a shutout. Brendan is not so lucky. So next up is Roberto Perez, 1 for 2 with a single. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Outside, ball 1 with the fastball. That is a hard line drive to center. Hangs up there for Buxton. Makes the catch 2 away. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the center fielder. So Max Lukalic steps in. He's 0 for 3. Fouls it up the left field line into the seats. Strike 1. Inside off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike on Max. Swinging to the miss at the 2-seam fastball count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Langoliers. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Runner leads off first. It's an 8-0 ball game. That's a ground ball up the middle and through, a base hit. So he is 1 for 4 today. Runners are at first and second with 2 outs. And up steps the first baseman, Don Mattingly. 2 runners on. He is 0 for 3. It's 1 for 7 in the series. Outside, ball 1. That's a line drive the other way, and it will fall in there for a base hit. Makes the turn. Saps is coming on. Strong throw up the line. It is an RBI single for Don Mattingly, and it's now an 8-1 ball game. Every run counts, so kind of just lifted it over the third baseman's head, blooped it into left field, and Saps was hustling all the way. So it's a 7-run lead. So next up is Chris Ramos. He is 0 for 3 today. But he does have 47 homers and 121 runs batted in. 2 out here in the top of the 8th. And he fouls off the fastball, strike 1. And he Fouls it the other way. Winker makes the catch to retire the side. So Bronx Knights get a run to get off the big donut, but at 7.5, it's still a 7-run lead. Kansas City leads 8-1. Yeah, let's change pitchers. In comes Caleb Smith. 4-0, 1.55 earned run average. He gets to pitch against 3 right-handers. First one is Nick Senzel, who's 1 for 4 with a double.
The second baseman.
In there, strike 1. Slow roller to the second baseman, Ramos fields, fires, and there's 1 away.
Third baseman, number 2.
Alex Bregman, 2 for 4, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, is 4 for 7 in this series. It's 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, strike 1. Checks the swing, but it's in there, inside corner. Strike 2. Misses off the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he chases a 2-seam fastball. Count stay right where it is. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. 7-run lead for the Kansas City Royals. That's a deep drive. Oh, he's going back to the track, looking up. See ya. That is a solo home run for Bregman, number 19. He has 5 runs batted in this ball game, and it is a 9-1 advantage for the Kansas City Royals. It's just one of those games. Looks like he took this ball off the ground. He's golfed it. So Konerko's up. 0 for 4.
Now batting, first baseman.
Swing and a miss at the fastball. Strike 1. Checks the swing. 2-seam fastballs outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he's early on the breaking ball. Hits it over the dugout. Count is 1 and 2. And fouls it to the on-deck circle. Count stays right where it is. Just misses inside. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the 8th. Late on the fastball. Into the seats. That's a deep drive. Right center field, back goes LoCicero. Looking up, it is back-to-back home runs. Konerko, home run number 31 on the season. And the score is now 10-1. Even Caleb Smith is getting hit around. Oof. Can't tell if this is the coffee or this game's giving me a headache. So, Jesse Winker, 1 for 4 with a solo homer. Pulls the fastball down the line, strike 1. Strike 2. Swing and a miss at the slider. It's 2 away. Jordan Luplow, 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Steps in with 2 away. Strike 1. Out in front of the changeup, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. In there, inside corner, strike 3. Side is retired, but 2 solo home runs gives them an 9-run advantage. It's Kansas City leading at the end of 8, 10-1. So we go to the top of the ninth. Last licks for the Bronx Knights. Michael O'Rourke is 0 for 3 today. Matt Dennis is going for the complete game shutout. No, check that. He's going for the complete game. He's not going for the shutout. I don't know where I got that from. Pulls it foul for strike one. Swings and misses the pitch out of the strike zone. Counters quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. They don't trust their bullpen. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This is the same team that beat them 4 straight at Yankee Stadium last week. And that's a deep drive. That's got a chance. But on the warning track, Luplow makes the catch for the first out. Tracked it all the way. He had confidence he was going to catch that before the fence. So Salazar, the shortstop's 0 for 3. Just gets a piece of the 2-seam fastball, strike one. Inside off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a line drive, base hit to center field. And he'll have a 1-out single. So 10-game hitting streak for Salazar. Next up is Benny LoCicero, 1 for 3. Swings and misses a pitch outside the strike zone, strike one. Chased one. Low, blocked nicely by Langoliers. Counts 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside and low, 2-1. And that one is gone. That is gonzo. It's a 2-run home run for LoCicero, number 26 on the season. And it is a 10-3 ball game here with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Low line drive to right field. So I wonder if the manager's second guessing his decision, and he's calling for the bullpen now. So with 1 out in the 9th, that'll be all for Dennis. Dennis is the winning pitcher, cannot lose. In comes Brian Presley, 52nd appearance, 4-4 with a 4.78 earned run average. Next up is Matthew Saps. Matt Saps is 1 for 3 with a single. Outside corner, strike one. Just gets a piece of the screwball. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouls it upstairs on the first base side. Count remains 1-2. And he can't get around on the fastball. Outside, count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Termini is on deck. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he lazy fly ball the other way to right. Ludlow makes the catch for the 2nd out. And the Bronx Knights are down to their final out here in the 9th inning at Kaufman Stadium. Next up is Termini, singled in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 3. He represents the final out of the game. Swings at a high fastball, fouls it back, strike 1. That's a deep drive. It's got a chance to split the outfielders, and it probably will. Yes, it will. And he'll make it to second base, so with 2 outs, he's not giving up. It's Matt Termini's 28th double of the season. So next up is the catcher, but I believe the catcher is going to be pinch hit for. So substitution, Roberto Perez. Let's have Francisco Lindor. Yeah, why not? Francisco Lindor was a switch hitter, comes in to pinch hit with 2 outs in the 9th. Runner in scoring position, hits it from the left side against the righty. .333 batting average with 6 homers in part-time play. Low and outside strike from Presley. Strike. Termini has speed, leads off second. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Shea. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Grounded to the first baseman, takes it himself, steps on the bag. Inning over, ball game over. Kansas City Royals win 10-3. So they achieve a split so far of this 3-game set, 1 game apiece, by winning this game 10-3. Bronx Knights are 81-42 on the season. We still have a strong control of the American League West Division. Royals are still in last place, but Dennis pitched a great game. So, Kansas City, 10 runs, 15 hits, 1 error. Bronx Knights, 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. Matt Dennis is the winning pitcher. Brendan Pizarski gets the loss, stuck at 11 wins. Alex Bregman, 3 for 5 with a homer, 2 doubles, 5 runs batted in. Alex Bregman is your player of the game, and this has been a broadcast of Bronx Knights baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me for such a putrid, miserable, horrible game. If you're still watching, I give you credit. I salute you. If you're watching this on YouTube in the future at some point, I can't really ask you to like this video, but you know, if you could like some of the other videos, it'd be nice. Some of the wins. Also, subscribe to the channel. It really help out. Anyway, this was game number 123. It is 10-3 Kansas City, a victory. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great evening.